Hi, this is Allie with Manifested Harmony. I was in the process of cleaning and cleansing some crystals for some crystal classes that are coming up in the next week, and I thought, why not make a video to show others how to cleanse crystals so that if you're buying them and you want to use them, you can have them in a safe and effective way. So there's a couple of different ways that you can cleanse crystals. One of the first ways is through smudging with sage. Now this is clipped in a little bowl, or you can use a smudge stick, which you can get at any metaphysical store. You can even get them at Whole Foods these days. And what you do is you hold the crystal in the smoke. And in tribal and Native American traditions, they still to this day use smudging frequently to dispel negativity, and this can help to cleanse the crystal so that it goes back to its original vibration. So that is one way that you can do this. Another way is to do an intensive cleaning. It's called a 7-day intensive cleaning, where you take purified or distilled water, put some sea salt in it, and you put the crystals right in the water, and you do this for 7 days, preferably in a natural bowl like glass. And you don't have to do this with every crystal, but if you get some crystals and just almost intuitively feel like they just need a good cleansing and you don't need them right away, do this and let them sit for 7 days in a sea salt water bath. Another thing that you can do, and I do this frequently, pretty much with every crystal that I get, is this is a rhodochrosite. I have this bowl of sea salt that I use, and I replenish it frequently, and I just put the crystals right in the bowl, just like that. And I just let them sit in the bowl for usually 24 hours. I just let them sit in here, and this can be particularly good for crystals that cannot be soaked in water, and you want to check the Mohs, M-O-H-S, the Mohs hardness of crystals. Most of the crystal books have that, because if the Mohs hardness is under 6, you do not want to soak them in water. Now, most tumbled stones are going to be fine. Tumbled are the polished round stones, but you're just going to want to check that. And if they can't go in water, you can just set them on a bed of sea salt. So that is a good way to cleanse crystals. And then after 24 hours, I just remove them and I run them under running water. But that is also another way to clean crystals, is to just run them under water. Another way, when you're done cleaning them, you're going to want to dry them naturally. Dry them in the sun or in a sunny window. And I'm actually in the process of drying some black tourmaline right now, and they are camped out next to some of my gem elixirs, which are brewing, and some of my favorite crystal family members. But another way that you can actually cleanse a crystal, some believe that you can just put them in a clear quartz and set a crystal right on top of a clear quartz, and it'll cleanse them. So that is another way. Another way that you can cleanse is through sound, through a Tibetan singing bowl, through a crystal bowl, or tingshas. You can do that. It has very healing energy, and it will reset and recalibrate the energy of the crystal. And that's really the point of cleansing crystals, because if they have been mishandled or had a difficult transport, or just something has happened to throw off their energy a little bit, cleansing them is always good. Now, scientifically, it is believed that really crystals' energy cannot become negative. It can't change, because they have a set dominant oscillatory rate, which means they don't change. We change, but they don't change. But it's always good to clean them initially and get them retuned. Now, if you have a crystal, kind of like the black tourmaline, a big crystal or a crystal that is just very fragile. You know, this is a beautiful stilbite that I got in Connecticut that I love, but it's very fragile. It's got a lot of pockets, a lot of striations. This you do not soak in water. I would not even rinse this in water, but I would certainly set it right on top of the salt dish. And that's what I did. When I brought it home, I cleansed it for 24 hours and I brushed it off, and then it was as good as new. So those are some ways that you can cleanse a crystal. Now once they're cleansed, they're dried, you're going to want to activate them. There are a couple of ways that you can activate. You can put them outdoors or on a windowsill when the full moon is shining in, but that only comes once a month. So if you want to use them before then, what I like to do is just simply take the crystal, hold it, I give it a little squeeze, and then I activate it by stating an intention. And usually what I say is, I activate this crystal for its highest good and highest healing, to work according to its highest natural vibration. That's it. And then they're ready to work. So I hope this was helpful. So if you go out and buy crystals, most certainly cleanse them and activate them. You don't necessarily have to cleanse and reactivate crystals every time you use them. If a crystal is being used a lot, you know, such as a black tourmaline in front of a computer, and it's just constantly soaking up those negative vibrations, then you might want to cleanse it and retune it once a month. But you know, if you're using the crystals on yourself or with others, they don't really have to be cleansed as much as people think. They don't have to be cleansed in between each setting, because they do have a fixed vibration. I mean, they are fixed. So, but a cleansing once a month is just a good idea to do that. And certainly after each client, I just give them a quick run through the water, and then I feel very good about that. So anyway, that's just a little tutorial on how to cleanse and activate crystals once you get them.